Oh shoot. Yeah, saw that. Oh shoot. Yeah, saw that. That's great. Whoopsie, I apologize for everything you just saw. I am very sorry about that. I decided to install something at the last second thinking it would let me preview it, but no, it didn't work that way. But what is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 21. I'm your host, James, and as always, I am joined by Mr. Big Mike himself,
What's going on, everybody?
Phaneckswhy,
How's it going?
and joining us once again is Mr. Ash Destroyum.
What up, everybody?
Now, let me ask you, Ash, real quick. What are you destroying?
That's a really good question.
Expectations.
It depends on the situation. It depends on the situation.
Depends
When
on
it
the
comes to Apex, when it comes to Apex Legends, maybe. When it comes to anything else, probably not. So, that's my answer.
I gotcha. Well, we got an awesome show for you today. There was actually quite a few bit of news that happened this week. I was actually surprised myself when I saw all this news, because I didn't think anything big was gonna happen this week. But nope, a lot of things actually got announced today. But before we begin, once again, I'll always like to thank every one of our subscribers and followers that have got us this far. Actually, without you, we would not have been here. I really appreciate you, and don't forget, just share the stream with people. Let people know that we exist. I also do want to give a specific shout out to my wife, who's been through this journey with us all year, and I guess all of our significant others who's actually been on this journey with us. Allowing us to spend time doing this. It's a passion project of myself, Mike, Fan, and even Ash, who just joined us recently. It's something that we just want to get started up, and we really do appreciate that support. That kind of gets us this far too. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive right in with what we've been playing. Mike, let's start with you. What you've been playing?
I'm just trying to finish God of War, bro. Still,
All
Call
right.
of Duty's getting in the way. They just had double XP weekend, so I literally played that for most of the weekend too.
Yeah, I hear you.
So yeah, so like I'm trying to get that win in Warzone, man. It's just not happening, dude. Like it's not happening.
We've got so close that one time. You were what? You finished second, right?
Second place. Second
Yeah.
place, bro. That's it.
Very close. And then what? Yesterday was it yesterday or the day before? The day before we came in 5th place, man.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It'll
Man.
happen soon. What about you, Ash? What you been playing?
I've been playing school.
Cool.
I've been trying to I've been trying to catch up with all of my stuff. It's been successful, but today's the last day. I'm gonna be finishing all my crap, and once I'm done with the game called School, I'm gonna be finishing up Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Sekiro. Those are the two main games I need to finish up, and then I'll go on to everything else.
No, I hear you with that. Yes, I still haven't played Sekiro. I really gotta play that game. I hear, it's one of the best games, Souls-like games out there. It's really fast-paced, almost like
Oh, I
Neo,
agree.
I guess. So I
Oh,
definitely,
Neo, I love Neo.
It's one of the hardest
yeah,
Souls-like games. So.
yeah. No, I definitely gotta play that. Yeah, and I heard that it is one of the hardest. 'Cause it was that controversy a while back because they didn't have a choice to like give you an easier difficulty, but it won Game of the Year that year too. So I guess that made that kind of this what's the right word I'm looking for, like null that argument because
Yeah,
people bought it and they loved
it's
it.
definitely not for the faint-hearted, man.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Oh yeah, and I think that's why I really like Souls like games because it is they're punishing, but they're also rewarding, and they have like that good balance, in my opinion. I just feel like if you want everything handed to you, that's not the game that you're gonna want to play.
I mean, why do you play games at that point?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Nowadays, a lot of games feel very easy. I've always been the guy to play games in normal mode. In normal mode will still give you some difficulty, but now it feels like I have to play in hard mode to get that difficulty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the same way, bro. I always have the habit of trying to crank everything up and
Yep.
see how far I can go. I want to challenge myself.
Yep.
If I want to sit back and chill while playing the game, I'll play Animal Crossing for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only game I can think of. So
Yeah, no, definitely. Well,
I just don't have time to play everything on super hard mode anymore.
yeah.
Like that's the
Hey.
only
oh,
problem.
that's
why
also
Yeah.
understandable. So I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
Yeah,
that
same
like
thing.
sometimes like I'll be playing on easy mode just to beat a game. You know what I mean? But then I'll go back later and like try a harder difficulty.
Yeah, no, definitely. I hear you on that. Yeah, fan, what you been playing?
Well, I just started back up. I'm playing Final Fantasy X, so I'm trying to beat that.
Nice.
I've had that on the back burner for a while, so figured I'd pick that up again and try and beat it.
Yeah, it's my favorite Final Fantasy actually.
I
Is
never played it
Final
before,
Fantasy.
so it's my first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's your
yeah.
favorite Final Fantasy?
Yeah,
It's
it's
10.
my favorite Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All
Yeah.
right.
What's your favorite Final Fantasy? Yeah, Final Fantasy. Ugh.
So far, I don't know. I don't know. So far it's like either between it's like between 7, 8, or 15. Is one of
Okay.
those one of those three games.
Okay.
And 14. 14 is great too. I love 14.
Yeah,
It's hard.
14's
It's hard to
amazing.
choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? Do you have a favorite Final Fantasy or no?
It's either 10 or 12.
10 or 12? Good choices. Both of them I really
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah, I love those. Like I like 12. I think I like 12 story more, but like I think 10's like I grew up with 10. You know what I mean? Pretty
Yeah.
much like so.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Yeah, like 10 is my favorite, and I have a lot of nostalgia for that because 10 was the game that I rented from Blockbuster. Some of those people might remember Blockbuster, but
Yeah.
Oh, I
rented
do.
it.
I love
Yeah, so I rented from Blockbuster, and like every day before high school started, I would play some, save it, and then go to school. And like, yeah, that really like got me hooked. And then Final Fantasy 11 came along and ruined my life. But yeah, but 10 is nostalgic, and then 12 is also, I don't know, like there's something about like the political aspect of 12 that I really enjoyed. And I know there's a lot of hate for 12, but I feel like when it comes to that, you gotta
I
understand
think it's
that.
one of the best. I
Oh
think
yeah, I
after 12
agree.
everything went to trash. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? Like pretty much like after 12 everything just like
yeah.
like you know what I mean?
Yep. I agree with you. And like I think the issue that people have with 12 is they don't realize that like Vaughn is not the main character. It's actually Ash, Balthier, and Bosch. Like those three are the
Yeah.
main characters, and Vaughn is just there, like seeing the story come out. Once you realize that, you're like, oh wow, the game is actually really good. You're just
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
character that just happens to be there in the middle
You're
of
like
it.
you're like the outside looking in kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like
Which I don't
yeah.
get because there's a lot of books that do that, right? And people love them. Like there's books that you're on the outside looking in, and you're kind of being told the story, and nobody complains about that. But when this game came out, everybody was complaining. But yeah, that's enough. Like
Because gamers always complain about everything, bro. It doesn't
That's
matter.
true.
You can make the best
Yeah.
game ever made, and there's still gonna be criticism, dude.
especially on Twitter.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Just saying.
Twitter's infamous for that. No, that is true. That is true. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have a favorite modern Final Fantasy game.
10 will be your favorite.
I
I
mean,
it's like automatically.
Yeah, 10
Frame
will
I
be
mean,
your favorite.
I just finished I just killed God, what's his name? Seymour? Maester
yeah.
Seymour?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think
just-
10 is like the
yeah.
fan favorite. Like honestly,
usually it's 7. I feel like
It's
everybody just
7 for
loves
Cloud.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
Everybody loves
like you
Cloud.
know, like
So hot take.
but like
Cloud
Yeah.
is I want to say the worst part of Final Fantasy 7, but he's the least
Interesting.
interesting character in Final Fantasy
But he's
7.
not interesting. He just looks cool.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He just
Like,
looks
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's
And
he's a
he's-
he's a traumatized edgelord that's trying to like fight
Yeah.
Sephiroth and stuff. It's literally what
Yeah.
he is pretty much.
He's the
His story's
pouty,
not that good.
brooding emo kid
Yeah.
Yep.
with the cool haircut
Well,
and the big
He's
like,
actually annoying.
weapon.
Like actually, like he's kind of annoying, dude.
Yeah.
Like
it very, yeah. And what's funny is like I'm playing through Crisis Core right now. As we get into what I've been playing this week. I've been playing Crisis Core and I'm playing through it and I'm like, wow. Like honestly, I think the best thing about Final Fantasy 7 is Zack. Like Zack is such an amazing character and like, not to compare him, but like I hate like I'm not a fan of Naruto, the character, but
Right.
Zack is very similar to Naruto, right? But he's not annoying in the sense that Naruto was. Like he's just a
Naruto's
guy.
very annoying.
Yeah, it's like he's just a guy, who wants to be a hero, right? And that's all he wants to do is be a hero. And he's righteous about everything he does, but in his storyline, everything just turns against him. Like everything he believed in turns against him. But throughout all of that, he just keeps his what's the right word I'm looking for? His
Stance, maybe.
yeah, maybe his stance, like his, I guess, outlook on life.
demeanor?
Oh, his principles. His principles.
Yeah, his principles, like his values,
Yeah.
right? He never goes against that, and it's an interesting story. Has everybody here played Crisis Core or no?
I
No,
played it on
you-
the PSP
you can
on a
spoil it,
while
though.
back. I just recently bought the game. I'm gonna
Okay.
hopefully get to that and stuff. I heard they changed his voice, and I hope
Yeah.
it's so good.
So it's annoying at first, but I'm actually starting to like it because I think later on it actually does get a little bit better. So I give him props on that. Like I know there's a lot of hate on his voice, but I think he's later on in the game it sounds better. His emotions are getting better and stuff like that. But
okay.
I mean, as far as that goes, like I think he's the best part of Final Fantasy, and he's just the best character. And it's like, wow, like he was such a small portion of Final Fantasy 7, like literally a very small portion. But the next thing you know, like this whole game just makes Final Fantasy 7 so much better. Yeah, enough of Final Fantasy talk. This is not the Final Fantasy podcast, but we should probably do a podcast on Final Fantasy one of these days because that's actually,
Probably could.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And I did want to do a video on. I used to kind of like not hate Final Fantasy, but I used to say, or not Final Fantasy 7 specifically. I used to say it's overrated, but I kind of do like the world it's built outside of like Cloud. Like I just think Cloud is just not that great of a main character, but the world it builds and like the whole, like everything that just revolves around it. I think it's a pretty great story overall, in terms of like the characters and things like that. But yeah. Moving along to actually our real topics of the day, let's start with Fire Emblem Engage, because this past week, or a couple weeks rather, there's been a ton of information that's came out. For example, they showed the place, the main area, the main hub that you're going to be at, where you get to kind of like, float around and talk to like all the characters that are going to be on your team. You get to talk to the emblem characters. They just kind of show all the different mechanics on that. And they do look like they're really diving into what Fire Emblem 3 Houses, or what I like to call tree houses. No, I'm just kidding.
Tree houses.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses had. And I mean, like, I don't mind that. I was like semi on the fence. I didn't like all of the school aspect of it. Like, I just wanted to hurry up and get into the battle. And I did like the second half of Fire Emblem 3 Houses where you kind of just shoot you right into the whole game, and you're just back to back fighting. But I don't mind also like that being like a hub place where you can shop for weapons and stuff like that. So it looks like they're mixing it with what they had in Fates, where you're able to build like your own hub area, your own My Castle, I believe that's what it was called, and also mixing in the 3 Houses element. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. Have you guys seen the new trailers that came out?
I have not, but I'm already sold on the game itself. At first, I was quite skeptical about the game because of the main character's design, but it grew on to me, and I saw some of the mechanics that they're trying to introduce, like for example, trying to use the older lords from different dimensions and stuff, infusing with them to make a new unit. That's something I kind of like, if anything. That's and then in some of the new cast of characters that they were showing off too. They look great. They look awesome and stuff.
Yeah.
So overall, I might get this game day one, if anything.
What about the rest of you? What do you think?
I haven't seen it. but I was already sold on it because I like Fire Emblem. I already got it pre-ordered. I got the special edition or whatever pre-ordered. So
Nice.
yeah.
What about you, fan?
I haven't watched it. I mean, I'm not huge into the Fire Emblem series.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not great with those tactical RPG type games.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Tactics Ogres on sale for
Yeah.
Switch. It's
Like I just
$35.
started. Remember, I was playing
Is it? Is wait,
Fire
hold up,
Emblem.
How much?
$35 on Switch.
Oh
Dude.
shoot. Okay, I might have to get that. All right, sorry. Continue.
I was playing Fire Emblem on the Steam Deck. What
Yeah.
was it? The Radiance or Dawn or
Yeah.
the GameCube
Path
one?
of Radiance. Is the
Oh,
one
Path of
Yeah.
Radiance. Yep.
Yeah, like I just started it because I've never played a Fire Emblem game before. So right now that's gonna be my first one.
I think you'll
So-
like it. Like the thing
That's like a
is,
start port.
you're starting with the in my opinion, some of the best Fire Emblem, and then if you go to the 3DS versions outside of like Shadows of Valentia, I don't think they're as good. And yeah, what's up, David? We didn't ignore you. I saw that. We were just in the middle of the conversation. But thanks for joining the stream, man, as always. But yeah, like those are the two best one. Radiant Dawn, in my opinion, is my favorite. But Path of Radiance is still very good. Very amazing stories. The maps there are just incredible. But then like when you get to the 3DS versions, like I mean, they're horrible. If you watch my Fire Emblem Engage YouTube video that I made, you'll see why I complained that all the newer stuff is just it's route the enemy. That's literally your mission on everything. It's route the enemy, route the enemy, route the enemy, route the enemy. Oh hey look, route the enemy.
Throughout the anime.
Yeah. It's like, and it sucks where Fire Emblem or Path of Radiance, it's like, oh, defend the castle, save the villagers, escape within a certain amount of turns. Like there's all these things that happen. Like there's even parts where it's like you think you're done and reinforcements just come out of nowhere. It's just an amazing game. It's difficult but fun. It takes a lot more strategy than all these other games. Yeah, until you get Ike overpowered and then you just throw him at everybody and he just dominates everybody. But yeah, like that's in my opinion, I think that's just some of the best Fire Emblem's been, and I'm excited for Engage. I love Fire Emblem. It's my favorite franchise of all time, and I hope it's good. Three Houses was great. I loved it. Some of the maps were boring, but they were, it was fun overall. I just hope they improve on the map design and give us just, different types of objectives instead of just, kill everybody in sight. And let us recruit like the enemy characters. That's something that's also been missing. In Fire Emblem, you could recruit enemy characters and they join your team. And you knew who was recruitable because like you would look at the enemy's lineup and you would see the portrait, design of somebody who has like really good and solid artwork. And then next thing you know, you go ahead and you look at you look at all the 3DS versions. You can't really recruit anybody. I think there's like one recruitable unit there's actually a few in Awakening. I don't remember in Fates. I don't think any of the enemy units are recruitable in Fates.
I barely remember Fates, man. I
know.
couldn't stand that game.
Me too. I wasn't a fan. Shadows of Valentia, there's only two recruitable units. One for Celica and the other one for Alm. But there's you get people as you go and it's still pretty cool. I mean Shadows of Valentia has a lot of variety there too. But yeah, I'm excited for Fire Emblem Fates. It's definitely I think it's probably my most hyped game. What's up?
Fates?
I mean Engage. I'm
You're
sorry. Did I
excited
say
for it?
Fates? No, I meant Engage.
Damn,
I'm
we're
sorry.
going back in time, bro.
Yeah, no, I am not excited for Fates. I did not like Fates. Let me see. What did David say? I saw something. Oh, he won 2 Royale games. Mini Royale games. Where are those?
Hey, nice.
And he bought
mini.
Midnight Suns.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, Midnight Suns I hear is a lot more like Fire Emblem than anything else. So that's pretty cool. I definitely want to try it out. Hey, if you like Midnight Suns, you might like Fire Emblem. So keep in mind, you might want to try that out.
Well, that's kind of funny. Because I sold a computer and it came with Midnight Suns for whatever reason, and the guy was like, "I'm not gonna
The
play it."
graphics card.
What?
Yeah.
And
I'm like, well,
I would have
I'm
been
like,
like, yo, let
just
me
sell
get
it.
the code, bro.
Sheesh.
Like,
I should have
My
asked him
God.
for the code.
Yeah.
But I sold my computer. I'm like, oh yeah, you get a free code to Midnight Suns. He's like,
I
yeah, I'm
would
not
have done
gonna
the
play.
same thing. I would have
Yeah.
done the same thing. Holy crap.
I should have asked him for it because he only bought the computer so he can play Ark.
Oh,
Gotcha.
oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh Lord,
Ark,
that's
is that
letting you
still
know.
a thing, dude? People
It's still a
actually
thing. It's
play
still a
it? Like, that's
thing. I don't know why you
crazy,
people
dude.
play it, man. There's nothing new about the game. Like, what the heck?
Yeah,
I mean, with
speaking.
what I've seen from Ark, why don't they make a new Turok game
Yeah.
but incorporate Ark into it?
I mean, they're
Yeah,
making an
yeah.
Arc 2 or something like that. That's
They're making-
starring
with Vin
what's his
Diesel.
name? Yeah, Vin Diesel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know,
Like,
dude.
God,
Yeah.
like,
You know what I was thinking though? Like speaking of multiplayer games, is we should all play Final Fantasy 14, bro.
Dude,
Now
I've
with
never
the
played
group
it.
streams, like
I have never played it before, and I actually
I
just
heard it's
downloaded the
really good.
trial.
Everyone keeps
it's
telling me it's really good.
it's been a while. It's been a while since I played it,
I've
but
never
I'll
played it.
gladly
Yeah.
hop back in. It's a fun
Yeah.
MMO.
Hey,
Yeah.
everyone's down.
Yeah, there's a trial on
Free to
Steam that'll
level
let you
60.
free to level 60. Yeah.
Oh God, the
So-
meme, not the meme.
For what game?
Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
14.
14.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you could-
I can't do the trial because I've already played it. I tried. I was like, man, I gotta
Yeah.
pay for it.
I
It's only
think,
Yeah, I got it.
$20.
I think you can download it from the Square Enix store too.
Yeah, that's where I got it because I got it free because I
So-
was, I played the original version of Final Fantasy 14, and when
Right.
A Realm Reborn came out, I got the free version for that. So I got that, and I got Heaven's Ward too. The downside is I had Heaven's Ward on PS4, so now like where I'm stuck, I have to buy like all the expansion packs and everything, or else it won't let me log in. So yeah, that kind of
That
sucks.
sucks.
Real quick, hey David, if you see those bots come in, if you can just hit the ban hammer for me, I'll appreciate that because I don't know why these bots are coming in now. We're getting attacked from both YouTube and
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, so that's why I wasn't paying attention. I was here trying to figure out how to remove them from both YouTube and Twitch. So hey, I mean, I guess that means we're doing something good, right?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, Fire Emblem Engage comes out January 20th. Super excited about that. Hopefully everybody here also is excited and everybody watching as well. Yeah, so moving along to our next topic. There's a bunch of stuff that came out as well as announcements in terms of the video games to TV series / movie franchises. Starting off with Sonic Prime did come out, which is a video game moved to TV series. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I haven't personally watched it. But that wasn't the only thing that came out, or rather was announced. There was a couple of things that were announced this week. A God of War TV series is in the works with Amazon, as well as Hideo Kojima announced a live action UPS movie, which is crazy.
UPS movie
I'm just kidding. Death Stranding movie.
starring Norman Reedus.
Yeah. And well, I don't know if they said he's
All you
gonna
need,
star
bro.
in it, but like it's like hopefully they get all the same characters, right? Because literally the game already had live actors in it, so they might as well just transition to actual, the movie. What do you guys think about those two?
What, God of War?
God of War
And
and
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding movie, yeah.
Bro. Well, we see how good Amazon did with the Lord of the Rings show, so I'm not too
Yeah.
excited about that.
Yeah.
Who's making the Kojima one?
He is himself.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yes.
That's good. I think that's gonna be good. But God of War with Amazon behind it,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. We'll
It's
see.
it's all gonna depend on the showrunners whether they stay true to the source material or not.
I think a lot of it depends on the casting too.
Yeah.
Like who the hell's gonna play Kratos, dude? Like, you know what I mean, in live action. Like
Christopher
I don't know.
Judge.
I mean, he could. Yeah, he's an
He's the
actual
voice.
actor, yeah.
He's not big enough though, man. I
That's
feel like
true.
Kratos is a massive man. You know what I mean? Like
That's
even in the
true.
games, he's like way bigger than everybody else. You know what I
That
mean?
is
Like
true. Yeah, I don't know who
So I
would
don't-
play him.
yeah, it would have to be someone like huge. Like you know that one dude, what's his name? The strongest man in the world, the dude who's in
Oh
Game
yeah,
of Thrones.
the mountain.
The-
He was the
the
mountain.
Oh yeah,
mountain.
yeah. Thor.
Like someone like him.
His name
like,
is Thor.
says-
His actual name is
Yeah,
Thor.
right.
Yeah, his actual name is Thor because
Jeez.
he's from the Netherlands up there.
Oh,
but he doesn't speak
Yeah.
English. So
yeah.
like
That's why he didn't speak in Game of Thrones, apparently.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, Amazon's apparently doing a Warhammer show with Henry Cavill.
Oh, that's true. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Good thing you brought that up. Yeah, that's gonna be
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
interesting too. I know he's excited for that, and I mean everybody's excited to watch him.
And he's pretty big in himself.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of I'm sad that they announced that he's not gonna be returning for Superman. After they announced he's returning as
Yeah,
Superman, then
he
they
was
Yeah.
he was
like
in a
come on.
weird loop and stuff. He left The Witcher
Yeah.
because the writers didn't want to be faithful to the source material, so he went to DC to do replay as Superman, and like, nope, no
Yeah.
Superman. So I'm just like,
Oh,
okay.
I mean, they
DC
gave him
was
the
going through a lot of
okay, but
changes.
it was James Gunn that decided to change it because I guess they're going with a younger. Their
Yeah.
vision is going with a younger Superman.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Which
I
I
see. Okay.
which
Yeah.
I get because they're trying to do like what Marvel's doing, so they need someone
Yeah.
who's not already old,
yeah.
Yeah.
that can kind of like age with the series.
I mean, I'm just like honestly, I feel like he can still play it, and I don't know. I'm just tired of these younger characters, but I do get that you need somebody to age with the series, which makes sense because if he's gonna be Superman for the next 10 years, like, is he gonna be able to handle that role?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be sad to not see him as Geralt in The Witcher, and
Well, that show's going downhill anyway, man.
yeah,
Like it's kind of like not that good.
the second season wasn't that great, and then we'll see. I mean, probably the third season might be even worse if he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because supposedly they changed a lot of the story around from the actual
Source
books and
material.
everything.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
games.
and that's why Henry left. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we were worried what's gonna happen after that. So I mean,
Yeah. But yeah, like I mean, yeah, going with like the Death Stranding movie, I just wonder like because Hideo Kojima is very like he does all these mind games. Like are people actually gonna understand it? Like I just can't picture myself being in the movie theater, right? And like I could just hear people saying like, why is there a baby strapped to him? Like like you
Yeah.
like I just don't think like people are gonna get it. I don't know what do you guys think about the Death Stranding like.
I think
Well,
there's I
it
don't
might
know,
be
man.
better. It might be better as a series instead of a movie.
Nah, man. I think
I think because you
there's
could.
some very artistic movies out there. There's some
Well,
very like kind of like weird artistic movies that really don't make sense, but every like critic says is great.
Yeah,
So I think he'll do great in that field.
like Inception. Some people didn't understand that one, but it's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
well, you can only do
So
so much in 3 hours. That's why I think if it was like a mini series where he has more time to like, develop the story at his own pace,
Yeah.
it'd be better.
Lord of the Rings told his story in 3 3-hour parts. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, he would
So,
have to do Death Stranding Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 movies.
I mean, he probably will.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they could
Harry
cut it
Potter
down.
did it. You
Like,
know?
because Death Stranding could just be him delivering package from wherever it starts, where things like Virginia or something like that, all the way to California. And that's literally the whole point of the game is you're delivering packages. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Like I
I
can't
think it's a
picture
good
that.
medium. Like I think he would do well in
Yeah.
like that kind of medium,
Yeah.
just because like I said, there's some very off the wall movies out there
Yeah.
that are rated great, and you watch it and you're like, what did I just watch?
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Spartan
Pretty
King,
much.
we appreciate the subscription to us on Twitch, man. Thanks, man. Really do appreciate
Good
that.
looks, bro.
Yeah, that's got me hyped for that for sure. And if you followed us, I don't think you were following us. If you did follow us, we appreciate that. I'm not sure if I got the notification if you followed, but yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, going ahead, man. More spam on YouTube.
What's up?
No, it looked like there was more spam chat on YouTube. Oh no, I'm just seeing things. My
No.
fault. Okay.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't see him doing like 3 parts to like a Death Stranding movie. Honestly, like it would.
He might carry it with the games. Honestly, he might do like the thing where like the movie tells one part of the story and the game tells the other.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he could do that. I
It's
mean,
outside. Tell
there's
mommy it's
already-
in the cooler
there's
outside.
already Death Stranding 2 coming out too, so that's gonna be, would they do a movie adaptation for that? I mean, I guess there could be a part 1, part 2, and part 3.
It might not be an adaptation. Like I said, it might be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just so everyone can enjoy it if you didn't play the games, but if you play the games, then it probably adds to the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I could see it be taking place in the same world, right? But maybe you're not Norman Reedus delivering packages. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
I
can
can
see
see
the,
that.
because then at least you don't have to worry about the
Well-
game script. You can just have a new set of characters. You can have, I forgot what the enemies are called. I was playing it the other day and I forgot what they are, but they're the ones that are actually going after and like killing anybody who's like delivering packages. They're basically like thieves and stuff like that. But I could see that happening in the Death Stranding movie, but we'll see because I don't know. Norman Reedus.
Well, I
you know
think
what? Yeah,
I
go ahead.
think that he has the best shot at making something good because the God of War series
Yeah,
is going to completely disregard the Greek
yeah,
story and go straight to the Norse, which I'm like,
Yeah.
the Norse doesn't carry as much weight if you don't know the Greek side. You know what I mean?
that's
Like it
true.
just,
That's
you
true.
know, so it's
Yeah,
kind of dumb. These showrunners are on crack, dude. I swear, dude. Like they just try to get stuff out like so quick just to make money, like without disregarding like source material and stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that. Automatically, I was thinking God of War, and I'm thinking Norse mythology, but I completely forgot about the Greek mythology.
I
Yeah,
mean, it doesn't make sense without like showing the Greek tragedy first. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's
Like, which
true.
is what the first 3 games
We
was.
know for sure it's gonna do the Norse.
Yeah,
We don't.
Okay.
All we know is
yeah.
they're doing God
Okay.
of War. Or did they say it?
Yeah. It's gonna be in the Norse.
Oh, so they're gonna
Like,
start in the Norse mythology?
yeah,
The
yeah.
problem is that like they're gonna have to explain how Kratos became the God of War
It's
because
probably gonna be
Ares.
through flashbacks, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, man, watered down by flashbacks. Oh boy, I can't wait for
It's
that.
gonna be another
Yeah.
Naruto after every strike of the axe.
No, it's
Bro,
why you
yeah.
read the
legit,
manga.
dude.
Jesus,
There's gonna be like
God,
4
man.
flashbacks every episode to explain why he feels a certain kind of way, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
He's gonna,
Oh,
I can
God.
see it. He's gonna strike the axe. He's like, I remember when I was killing
yeah,
Zeus.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
And it's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
that.
shed a tear that
And then,
happens.
then you're gonna
Oh,
have
God.
a what if episode of what if Kratos didn't have to be the God of War
What
and then he had to
if?
kill people. Yeah, where he's actually a good, lucky, like a good, happy kid, not having any like problems. I'm just kidding, man.
Frolicking in the meadows, he's
Yeah,
picking flowers.
exactly.
Like,
Yes.
you're like,
Oh man, that would be
no,
hilarious. But yeah,
I think it's gonna be really bad. I think the God of War
I
one's
agree
gonna
with
be
you.
really bad.
I agree with
Like,
you. I don't have any faith in that. Amazon, the only thing that Amazon has done that I've really liked has been the Jack Ryan series were pretty good. And I like Terminal List, which was pretty good.
well, those are original ideas. Well,
No,
not Jack Ryan.
yeah,
Jack Ryan has like
The
some
book.
backstories to it.
Isn't it?
yeah. Terminal List as
But
well was a book as well.
oh, really?
Yep.
They
Yeah.
Okay.
did really good with the that animated comic series Invincible.
Invincible
Yeah,
was good.
that was
I
really
like
good.
I've never
Invincible.
watched
That was
it.
fun.
I guess
That
The
was fun. That was fun to
Boys,
watch.
like a lot of people like The Boys too.
The Boys is good.
And that's based off a comic
Goes,
too.
yeah, but it kind of like goes off on its own. It
Yeah,
kind of doesn't really. The only way it follows the comics is pretty much
the
the
characters.
characters. That's it.
Yeah.
But like it's like after what they did to Lord of the Rings, dude, I'm just kind of like I'm done with them, dude.
No, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
Have y'all watched the Lord of the Rings?
I
don't know.
watched the first 2 episodes,
I have.
and then I dropped off.
It's
I never seen it. I mean, I guess it's bad.
terrible.
Rings of
if-
Power. Yeah.
yeah.
It's okay. I mean, for what it is, it's fine.
If you know the lore and stuff like that, dude, like it's so bad, dude. Like
Yeah.
no, man. Because someone was telling me that they don't even have the rights to it. They have a rights to like an encyclopedia. That's why they can't say Hobbit.
Correct.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, like
That is
they're called.
so.
Yes, because I was
Ooh.
wondering that when I was watching it too. Like and like
They're
that's
called,
why.
like
Like
Harfoot or
Yeah,
something like
the
that.
Tolkien estate
Yeah.
is not releasing any of the information
Yeah,
Then why
about
did
the
they even make the
Sommelier.
show?
because Warner Brothers
Exactly.
still has the rights to like the Hobbit series and the actual like Lord of the Rings series.
Yeah, but they can't get more.
Yeah.
The thing is, they can't ask for more details. Like they can't get more information. They can only go based on what's already presently available to the public.
Like,
So they can't get
there's-
his notes. They can't get anything from the estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
So-
at that point you don't make the show. Like it's not going to slap, bro. Like
Yep.
what
Yeah.
the heck?
And it's like one of the
and it's
characters
a bad
there.
show.
One of the characters there who they haven't said who he is, but he's obviously Gandalf. They can't say. They
Oh
can't
yeah,
call him
you can't say
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
You
He
can't
can't-
call him.
They can't call him Gandalf. He can't speak or nothing like that. Like, it's
What's
crazy.
his name? What's the guy's name? Like
He's just
Rudolph?
all,
They call him the stranger for
yeah,
now.
the stranger. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Because you don't know who he is. You don't know who he is.
yeah, but
Oh
he's
my God.
obviously Gandalf, and I was like, oh come on, man. Like,
They're just
Well, when you watch the show and go through it, like they start
I'm
hinting that he
I'm not
could be
gonna
one
watch
way
it.
or the other, and
I
then
might
Don't-
watch it
don't
for a
give it
guilty
views.
pleasure.
yeah.
Don't give it anything, dude. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't deserve anything.
it was,
Yeah.
I mean, again, for what it is, it was fine. Like it's not the greatest, but it was fine.
I'm gonna have to strongly disagree.
Yeah,
Like,
same, and
like,
same. I haven't even watched the show yet. Like, what the heck? Like, you don't even have full rights to some of the material, and you're still making the show. Like, come on, man, that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I personally
it's
wasn't a fan.
it's the same thing they did with like Halo. Like it's just kind of like it.
Oh,
Uh,
I feel bad for the Halo
like-
fans for that live action show. I
Mm.
feel so bad for
Yeah.
them. Jesus.
I mean, I think for somebody who doesn't know the Halo lore, it's okay. Like on its
Yeah,
own,
yeah,
it's
I
okay.
agree
But
with that.
like, you know,
That's
us,
how I
we're
watch the
all-
shows in that mindset as like a person who knows nothing about it.
I
I
tried
grew
to
up
like
with Halo and Lord of the Rings. I can't. Like I know it all, dude. I can't do it. Like
so I watched it with my wife, and my wife really liked it. Actually, we haven't watched, I think, the last 2 episodes or something. But anyways, my wife really liked it. But like to me, like I watched this, like no way, like that's not Master Chief. They're making Master Chief look like, you know, like what's the right word? I'm trying to think of a good word. It's not a bad word.
Thirst trap.
Like a what?
They're trying to make him a thirst trap.
Yeah, like it's like he's just like a, you know, he's just like a bum, I guess. Or, you know, he's just like
a bum.
Yeah, like
we
like,
went from
bro,
a thirst trap to a bum.
like
They're
this
trying to
guy-
make him a robot,
this ain't
essentially, is what it
Master
is.
This ain't Master Chief. It's like Master Chef
Yeah.
or something. Like you know, it's
Master
like,
Chef.
you know,
Gordon Ramsay up in this.
like, this is a punk. Like you know, just everything about him was like, come on, man. Like, it's just bad.
I haven't watched one episode, and I
Yeah.
don't want to watch
Yeah,
it.
he's,
But I've read what people said.
He's basically a robot, essentially, in the show.
Yeah,
Like-
he has a kill switch and everything, and like, oh come
Yeah.
on, man. Like this is it's horrible. Like I don't know, but yeah, like I said, if you watch it as somebody who doesn't know the lore, it's okay. It's okay on its own, but it's just not Halo. Like, so this gets me back to that Death Stranding topic. It's like things like this is like it's okay to experience another side of the Halo universe. Make your original story in the Halo universe. You don't have to ruin these established characters. You know, Star Wars
Yes.
had the same issue.
Yes,
Like Star Wars has the same issue with Disney ruining, you know, Luke Skywalker.
everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
I mean,
it's
like,
they burnt that to the ground.
the Halo
dude. There's
show,
nothing
they
left.
could have went based off of like ODST or just like
There's so many
one-off
Spartans,
characters.
dude.
Yeah,
There's
they could have went off
many
any Spartan, and they could have had Master Chief just show like, you know, as a cameo here and there every
Yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
My blood's boiling. Dude.
Like that's all you had to
Oh my
do.
God,
You
that's
could
such a
create an
missed
original
opportunity.
Spartan, have your original story. You could do it during, you know, before the fall of Reach, right? That gives you like a whole like
Oh,
you know,
in
Well, the
Halo
whole-
lore too. In Halo lore 2, there's like books before the Covenant even get introduced,
yeah.
because they're fighting terrorists.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
it's a great arc in the books. I forgot what it. I
That's
forgot
what they're
book
kind of
it
doing with the
was.
show. That's what they actually are trying to do with the
Yeah,
show.
they started with the terrorists and then the Covenant
Yeah.
are there and then that's where it's going.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
know,
but yeah, it's
But
let's
yeah.
not talk about this. It gets me angry. Like
yeah,
Yeah,
I just hate
bruh.
when you don't follow
Oof.
source material.
I agree
Dude.
with
Make
you.
an original story in the universe. You know what I mean? Like it's the only show that I have hope for is the Last of Us show. Just
Yeah.
because I like Pedro. If
Pedro
everything from the
Pascal.
trailers look good and Pedro Pascal's good.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, he did good with the Mandalorian. You know,
He doesn't miss.
yeah.
He doesn't miss,
Every
dude. Like everything is
character-
in his
yeah,
good.
you know, almost everything. I think there's been like one movie I think that wasn't that great, but like yeah,
Yeah,
everything I've seen.
Kingsman, the Golden Ring.
Oh yeah, yeah. That they ruined Kingsman with that one too.
Even that
was-
movie. You remember that movie with Nicolas Cage, where Nicolas Cage plays himself?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like even then I was like, that was, you know, not a bad movie. You know,
What?
Dude, I thought that movie
never
was
seen that?
hilarious, dude. Yeah, I watched it, dude.
I think I've heard of
I saw
it.
in theaters.
Other people have done something similar. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme has done the same thing.
Yeah.
He did a movie where he's playing an actor who's playing himself that somehow got thrown into a live action, like real terrorist
no,
situation.
this is like
And yeah.
Nicolas Cage actually playing himself. I don't like doing that. Like it's hilarious. You gotta watch
It's called the what's it called? It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's
Yeah,
what it's called.
it's
All right.
hilarious. But he's in it too. But yeah. Anyways, so what do you guys think? Do you think this is the next step for video games, like to expand? Because video games are getting more expensive, right? They're getting a lot more expensive to produce. Are these companies looking just to creating TV shows and movies and live action stuff? Because Gears of War is doing it. You have Last of Us that we mentioned. What else? God of War. You got Death Stranding now. I'm trying to think what else was announced.
Would you say Last of Us?
Yeah, Uncharted came out,
Okay.
right?
And
think-
that's gonna be a trilogy or something, apparently.
What, Uncharted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the movie wasn't that bad. Like I
Yeah,
enjoyed
it was
it.
fine.
It was generic action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, which,
Like honestly, you could label. I watched Black Adam last night,
yeah,
and I'm like, bro, you could label all these movies just like generic action
Yeah.
movie because it's all the same thing, dude. Like,
yeah. I mean, I enjoyed Black Adam. Like I
it was
liked
just
it.
one continuous fight scene, dude.
It
Like
was,
there wasn't
it
any
was.
like it was literally just one continuous.
Which I
fight
like. That's
scene,
what I
dude.
like. It's just like
Yeah,
straight up
yeah.
story.
Speaking
It's
of
a good way to
Black
turn your
Adam,
brain off.
Yeah.
You know, like just was.
Speaking of Black Adam, apparently there was some news going out where they asked John, or the Rock, I forget his
Dwayne
name,
the Rock Johnson,
Dwayne.
bro.
Yeah.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. They asked him if they want that, if they want if he wants a cameo in Shazam 2 as Black
saw
Adam,
that.
and he said, hell no, man. He said, nah.
He said he's
good.
here for
Like,
the big leagues or something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
yeah.
and
Oh,
the guy-
really?
the guy
That's what he
was
said.
pissed.
Like, holy
Yeah.
crap! I was like, man.
Hey, what's
Dude,
I
up?
watched the
Shazam
guy
did better
talking
than
about
Black
it.
Adam.
What's up?
I said I think I haven't seen the Black Adam movie yet, but I bet the Shazam movie made more money
It's way
than Black
better.
Adam,
It's way
and it's way better.
Yeah.
It's way better.
Like, so he should not be saying anything like that. Like, he should
And-
like,
They ruined Black Adam kind
Yeah.
of because
yeah.
Well, Black
He's
Adam
like-
was a villain.
He's
and they're trying to
he's
make
not
him
an
as a-
anti-hero.
Yeah.
He is a bad
Yeah.
guy.
Yep.
yeah, there's not a good bone in his body, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
He
and
He
they
wants
make
to
us-
rule the world. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
Groover, we appreciate you stopping by in the stream. But yeah, like my first introduction of Black Adam was when he was fighting Superman, and he was beating Superman, and it took Shazam to, at the time he was called Captain Marvel. It took him to go ahead and beat him because Superman's weakness is magic, so he
Yeah.
couldn't, or one of his weaknesses is magic. So Shazam had to beat him. And that was my introduction. Like, yeah, this dude was literally a bad guy. Like that was his whole thing. But yeah, like then they turned to anti-hero. I was like, no, like why?
They're turning everybody into anti-hero, dude.
Yeah, Venom.
that's
Like I
the-
hate that they did
yeah,
that to Venom. It's like,
yeah.
why would you do that? Like
Poor
Venom's a bad
Venom,
guy.
bro. Poor Venom.
But Venom, it's a little bit more justifiable because there are some arcs where he's kind of like,
Yeah, well,
in
like
the
the
middle.
Carnage. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
Carnage.
yeah.
But that's
And-
they have a common bad guy, so that's why they team up. Like Spider-Man and him team up.
yeah,
Well, that and Venom, like, depending on his host, the personality changes a bit depending
Yeah.
on who he's hosting.
But his host was always Eddie Brock. I don't.
No,
I don't. Who
no.
else did he?
It
who else hosted
changed.
him? Who?
So at one point in the comics, Flash Thompson also became Venom.
Oh, really?
Really? I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, there's a weird branch in the arc where Flash Thompson actually becomes a military agent. He
Yeah.
goes for the military, gets injured, has to go, has to be
That's in the newer comics,
what's the word?
though, isn't it? Where he becomes.
it's still part of the continuity of it though.
Yeah.
But he basically becomes Agent Venom is what
Venom,
he
yeah.
becomes. Yeah, he becomes Agent Venom.
Yeah.
Because
That's
his-
so cool.
We don't
Yeah.
talk about the post
Yeah.
Disney buying Marvel comics.
yeah.
and
what's
Venom also
that,
becomes
dude?
part of the he also becomes part of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's post Disney as well, though. That was all post Disney, because like pre Disney, he was always like.
No, that was all pre-Disney. That's all
Was it?
pre-Disney. Yeah, that's all in the comic books.
Yeah, well, not
That's
Agent
before
Venom.
Disney owned them.
Agent Venom. was
Agent Venom
after.
too. Is,
No, Agent
No,
Venom
it's
was
before.
after. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it was before.
Yeah,
Yo,
double check that.
yeah. I was about to say there's this great thing called Google that has
Yeah.
all the information in the world on it.
Yeah, double check that because I'm almost positive that Agent Venom was post Disney because I remember.
Yeah, I agree with him on that. It has to be post Disney.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Groover. Yeah, we'll continue to do this and bring some great content and great
'Cause
discussion.
there's a
and
whole arc
arguments.
of symbiotes. They even have a symbiote god.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Again,
There's
it's all in the comics. It's
Yeah.
all before it released, like in the animated shows, and all, it's all
Yeah.
comic lore.
But yeah,
It's getting stale, man.
yeah, going back to that, do we think like video games, like is that how they're gonna capitalize and get more money? Is or maybe try to bring a
long
widespread
as-
audience to buy the games?
As long
Yeah.
as they stick with the source material, then
They won't.
then there we go. Like it's not going to be good.
Yeah, you
Like
gotta,
we already
gotta
learned
think,
enough.
like you gotta think like there's like these directors nowadays. It's like, oh, I have a vision,
And no, they don't.
And they're like it's
God.
like Mike telling me what's it called? Let's say like Mike's origin story. He tells me his origin story. It's like, oh yeah, I used to go to Fight Club all the time and all this stuff. I was like, oh, I have a vision. in this vision
Yeah.
you were a ballerina instead or something. And
Right. And
yeah,
then you start fighting.
yeah, then you started
Then
fighting.
we
Like
start fighting.
I changed the whole origin
We'll use
story
your
of Mike.
legs.
Yeah. It's like, no, like that's not what I told you. It's like, oh, but my vision says otherwise. Like that's like how a lot of these directors are. Like
They just need to drop their ego, dude.
Yeah.
And
They
just
think
like,
they
Okay.
think they're better than the
Alright.
game, but
Yeah.
they're not.
well, it's
All
like
right, you're right, James.
I told you. See,
All right. So Disney
Yeah.
bought Marvel Entertainment in 2009,
yep,
and Marvel Entertainment is the parent company to Marvel Comics.
yep.
And Marvel Comics introduced Agent Venom in 2011.
See, because I was following that
Yeah.
hardcore because they bought them like almost right around the same time Miles Morales came out. Because I was following that hardcore when they introduced Miles Morales. I was like, oh, this dude is like the best Spider-Man ever. Because that storyline was great. And then I won't say they ruined Miles Morales. He's still great, but they ruined like everything because Miles Morales was in a universe where Peter Parker died, right? And he started going through, and he had like a really good story. It was has anybody here watched Reboot at all?
yeah,
You watched
I
Reboot,
haven't.
the original like
Heard of it?
the old animated show.
yeah.
Yeah. Bro,
So
I used to
you
watch it all the
remember
time.
when like Bob, like they thought Bob died because he got game over in the game. Do you remember
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah, so he left,
Yeah.
and then Enzo, who was the kid, had to take up the mantle, and stuff like that. And like Miles Morales' story was very similar to that. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the creators of Miles Morales were fans of Reboot, because literally
And
like
did
they're
it.
very similar. Excuse me. Where Miles Morales just had to take up the mantle and go ahead and be Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man, so it's fine.
Yeah. So it's like, and I really enjoyed that story. But then later on, they're like, oh, well, he needs to be with Peter Parker. So he goes through a world and now he's with Peter Parker. And they like redid that. I'm like, no. Like the whole point of his character was he was learning everything on his own. He didn't have a mentor. And he's fighting things that are harder than what Peter Parker was fighting. Like it was almost like a post-apocalyptic New York, even though like it wasn't post-apocalyptic, if that makes sense.
I think that they're going the mentor route in the game too. The
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that's what
game.
they're doing. Yeah, because if before Miles A never met Peter Parker, never knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, right? He only took up the mantle after that, and it was at the end that everybody found out that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Kind of like the Into the Spider-Verse movie, basically. It was a mixture of that. But yeah. Anyways, we're getting off topics and talking about some other stuff. But yeah, moving along to that. Like I guess
those are the fun parts.
yeah. I mean, I guess Miles Morales is technically a video game character too now. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some decent video game adaptations in film and TV.
yeah, like I said, Uncharted, I enjoyed it. Sonic the
very,
Hedgehog.
very few.
Yeah.
Mario.
But there's some.
I mean, Mario looks. Oh, Final Fantasy was amazing. No, I'm just kidding. Like,
Oh, that was the best one, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you roll a list of bad adaptations and like good adaptations, like the bad list would be a book. The good one would probably be like a post-it note,
yeah.
dude. Like,
I
you
can,
know what I mean?
I can say the
Like-
worst. I can say the worst one right now.
I'll never
What?
forget when I begged
for it.
my dad to rent Final Fantasy the movie, and he finally rented it. And we watched this together, and I was like, "What did I just watch? This is not Final
Which one?
Fantasy."
The Spirits Within?
Spirits Within, yeah. I'm like, "Where's Cloud? Like, where's Sephiroth? Like, where's everybody? Like, this is not Final Fantasy." Oh, biggest disappointment in my life. Well, not the biggest, but
Worst one was Avatar, man. Avatar: Last Airbender. I hate that show with a burning
that
passion.
one
But that's not a
That
game.
one was a
though.
bad-
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a bad movie.
It was bad though.
Yeah.
What was it? What they call him? Like it was like
Ong.
Ong,
It was
yeah.
Ong.
Yeah.
I know they call him Aang. I was like, it's Aang. Like, stop changing his name. Like,
Some people
Why
are
would
willing
you
to.
pick-
what's
Why
up?
would you pick M. Night Shyamalan to direct that movie?
Yeah.
That was like probably the worst director choice you could have
Yeah.
picked. Like
It's weird. Like, he's such a hit and miss guy too. Like, some movies are great, some movies are
mainly
horrible.
missed, dude.
Yeah.
Like he has like a few like cult classics, but most of his work is not good.
Yeah,
like it's just like
Was
Yeah, I
it
feel-
Six
The Happening.
Sense?
Like that was the dumbest movie. Yeah, like The Sixth Sense was good.
Yeah.
But like The Happening, where
Which
the
is The
grass
Happening?
talk to each other.
Oh yeah.
The grass
It
talks
was
and people kill themselves.
Yeah, it was
like,
plants making people kill themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But I mean,
bro.
Lady of Water was pretty okay, pretty good. The Village
it was okay.
was not bad.
Let's just hope he doesn't direct any video game adaptations.
I mean,
It's
but
gonna
then he
happen.
had the what was it, Split, the movie Split,
yeah,
That was good.
that was
That was
good.
good.
And then the third one when he Glass,
Yeah,
Glass,
or Mr. Glass. I think it was Mr. Glass.
yeah, it's called Mr. Glass. Yeah,
Wait, is it
What did I
out?
say? Glassface. Yeah, that's out. Yep.
yeah, it's out. So he basically made 3 movies in Unbreakable. Like
Yeah,
it was all in the
Unbreakable was
in
first one.
yeah,
Then Split,
and then Split was the second, and Glass was the third one.
yeah.
Well, I haven't seen Glass. I didn't
It's
know
Yeah,
fun.
it
that
was
out,
good.
bro.
It tied it
Oh
all
my
nice
God,
to. It
bro.
made it open for another one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not surprised, bro. It's M. Night Shyamalan, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
endings, bro. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he tied it into The Village, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like just make all of his movies in one universe.
Yeah. That would be crazy.
But yeah, just like in Shyamalan, he's got more misses than hits.
Yeah.
Same with video game movies. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
more misses than there are hits, but
Also,
Mario
I
movie, dude.
forgot there's a Metal Gear Solid movie in the works. Remember that?
Wait, who's directing that? Hideo?
I don't
know.
know.
No.
It can't be. It can't be him.
Can't be.
It can't be him because Konami has
Konami
Metal
won't
Gear,
let
so
him
they
do
have
that.
to decide
Yeah.
that.
Konami did
But I
him so
know
dirty, bro.
Oscar Isaac is trying to play Snake, which he has the look. I don't think he has the voice though.
Oscar Isaac.
Who was that?
I don't know
Oscar
if he would
Isaac,
be.
Poe Dameron from Star
Yeah.
Wars. He also
Yeah,
played
Moon Knight. Yeah,
Moon Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
He
Moon
actually
Knight
voices.
Is
He actually
underrated, by
voices
the way.
Spider-Man 99.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Miguel something. Yeah, Spider-Man 2099. In the new Into the Spider-Man or Into the Spider-Verse. I forgot what
Yeah,
the new
but
one's
He
called.
looks pretty cool in that movie. I like him.
Yeah. Yep.
But
He-
I don't know. Him
Yeah.
as Snake.
I don't know. Like I could see him as Snake. Like they even did a render of him as Snake, and he looks like Snake. It's just his voice is too
You know who I think of when I think of Snake?
David Hayter.
A young Liam Neeson.
Young Liam Neeson. Okay.
Yeah. Like
All right,
because I immediately think of the Taken movies for some reason. But if he was
Yeah.
just younger and able to do it, like
To me, it's like
Yeah,
Snake.
but-
Snake has that
yeah.
voice. Like if you're not hearing him with his Otacon voice, it's like Otacon. Like if you're not hearing that, like it's not, it's not Snake. Like he had.
It's gonna be bad regardless,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
just
true.
feel like it's gonna be bad no matter who they pick.
Yeah.
I'm
like
I'm really worried who's going to direct the movie. Like it's
Gonna be some no-name person, probably
and to
save
begin
on
with.
budget.
Like how are they going to like start? Are they going to like actually take material from one of the games probably, or are they going to do like a totally new different thing?
oh, they're gonna
for
do what they
this,
always do.
They-
They're
they
gonna
have
see
to
the
do
source
who knows,
material.
man.
They're gonna look at the
They're
source
gonna throw it
material.
away.
Exactly. Throw it away. Sorry, I'm
It's-
sorry. Snake is
it's
gonna
like,
be
oh, this
instead of being a
all
clone,
this
he's gonna
great material.
yeah. Instead of being a clone, he's gonna be like a twin that was like abused while the other twin was loved, and then he becomes a hero. Like it's gonna be
Yeah, they're
something
gonna turn it
stupid.
into a revenge story.
Exactly.
And the whole time he tries to hunt his twin, and then it turns out that his twin loved him the whole time,
Yeah,
and all he wanted was a
exactly.
hug, bro.
Oh man, you heard it here first. Mike has the
Yeah.
answers.
Oh no, like that guy that called Messi winning the cup on Twitter 7
Oh,
years ago or
yeah.
whatever. Did y'all
Yeah.
see that? Like,
Yeah.
Show me. Yeah, it's like, oh man.
I mean, that dude should have like put money down.
Because
Right.
of that tweet, people
Yeah.
said that the whole like game was
Whole thing was
choreographed.
fixed?
Yeah. I was
I
like,
don't-
man, that's
I mean-
some really good choreography if they were
Yeah.
able to choreograph like that. Like
He-
that's crazy.
He called the date, the year, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean,
Yeah.
like everything. So
Yeah. Well, I mean like the date and the year. Well, the
The year's right.
the
The
year.
year's
The year's
right.
right.
Yeah.
The
You can
age,
guess.
the age is off, but only off because they pushed the World Cup to the winter. If they would have done it in the summer, Messi technically still would have been 34 because he turned 35 this year.
No. Oh man,
So,
shout out to Argentina, man. You guys played like
I know
that was an amazing game. Like, oh,
that was an awesome game.
I had it.
Yeah,
I
some
had
good-
it playing over there, and there was a whole crowd watching, and it was yeah. I even screamed at one point when Messi hit a shot and it was blocked in the. I want to say it was in extra time, I believe.
Yeah, it was an extra time.
Yeah, when they block it and you talk to me again, I was like, oh, like no. You got like everybody looking back, like who did that? Like but yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it looks like video game movie adaptations and TV series is the thing now. So we'll wait to see how those go. I'm excited for The Last of Us. That comes out, I believe, in January.
soon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
about a month. It comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, the
so-
trailer looked good. The
Yep.
trailer definitely made it look good.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't like Ellie. Oh, I don't like who they picked for Ellie.
Me neither.
I really don't.
Yeah.
That was like poor casting.
Who was
Yeah.
the actress for Ellie?
I only know her from Game of Thrones. So
Game of Thrones, the little
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
like who gets
Oh,
smashed
okay.
by that giant.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I agree. They could have chose somebody different. But yeah, speaking of Spider-Man that we are talking about earlier, Spider-Man 2 has been confirmed by Sony themselves for fall 2023. I got a confession to make. I haven't played either for it because I'm excited for it, even though I haven't played the first two.
Bye, James.
What's
Dang.
up?
No, your video
you
froze.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
froze.
there.
Oh, okay, no, it's good now. It's good.
As
good
soon
now, it's good
as he
now.
heard you say you haven't played,
Yeah.
he said nope.
Oh man, yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know why. Yeah, Discord is like lagging behind for some reason. I don't know why.
They're good games. They kind of become like checklist kind of style games
Yeah.
though, but they're still pretty good. Like web slinging around the city feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only played the first. I only played the. When did it come out? 2018. Is it when that one
Yeah.
came out? Yeah, I played it. I bought the PS4 version,
Yeah.
and then they had a free upgrade to PS5. So I did that, and yeah, it's good. I mean, 100% of the game
So,
took forever.
I checked that. There is no free upgrade for PS5. I checked it yesterday because we had talked about it, I believe. I thought we
I'm
talked about
pretty
it with
sure it
somebody.
was at one point.
And I went and checked it. There was no upgrade because I remember it being a controversy that you had to buy the Miles Morales, was it deluxe edition to get the remastered version.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that actually.
Yeah.
It was kind of BS a little bit. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was one.
Along with that,
there might have been something
Yeah.
like when it first dropped or something.
Along with that too, people had a problem with the Peter Parker model in remaster compared to the original and stuff.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, because they made him look too much like Tom Holland, and now he looks like
Yeah,
he looks
make him
younger
way too
than
much
Miles
like Tom Holland.
now. Like it's like
Yeah.
or the same age as Miles, even though he's supposed to be older.
I miss the old model.
Because Peter Parker's supposed to be in college, I think, he's supposed to be in college, I believe, in Spider-Man, and Miles is supposed to be in middle school or something like that. Am I right? Like, you guys played it, so you guys could correct me on that.
Yes, yes.
I think he is in. I don't know if exactly when college, like
Yeah.
what age
think
in
he's-
college, because they don't specify exactly.
I don't know if he's in college. I thought he was working. Like
he
was working for.
He was working for
Auto.
Auto,
Yeah.
but it was like, kind of like to help with his science degree type stuff.
Okay.
So he might be
getting
late
paid.
school,
Yeah.
because he was like interning, like
Yeah.
with a scientist. So he might be like 25, 26 or something.
Yeah, David
Which makes
said.
sense.
David said the
mid-
same
mid-
thing.
late
No free upgrade for Spider-Man.
Oh,
Yeah, because I remember that was a huge controversy. A lot of people were like,
maybe it was
upset about that.
I remember there was an upgrade somewhere. Might have been the Miles Morales one then.
I'm
Maybe
just
Miles
happy.
Morales
you
did
got
get
the
a
Myers
free upgrade.
Morales
Yeah.
Deluxe Edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miles
I'm just
Morales
happy
did
that-
get a free upgrade.
I'm just happy that Insomniac Spider-Man got into the Into the Spider-Verse too. I like that. I like how they added him in
that
there.
small.
I'm just like,
Little
now the real
teaser in the
question is, are they gonna get Yuri Lowenthal to play as Insomniac Spider-Man again, because he was the original voice actor for that particular Spider-Man. Which fun fact, he's also the voice for Sasuke for the English Naruto as
Yep.
well. So I'm like, that's freaking cool.
Yep.
Oh, I
love
didn't know
Yuri
that.
Lowenthal. Yep, he does Sasuke.
Yeah.
He does a lot of voices. He's also Marth
He does.
in Fire Emblem. He's a voice actor for.
Oh,
Marth
he
in Fire
is?
Emblem.
I
Yep.
didn't know that part. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
All
right.
Who else does he do? He does a lot of good people. Like his voice is like you know it. Like the minute you hear it, like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, when he makes that like that scream, you know that's him. You know that's him immediately. It's great.
Yeah, I love his voice. He was like my first he's the one that got me into like trying to be a voice actor when I was in high school, because I heard his voice. Like, oh man, I want to be a voice actor. So I would try to do like different voiceovers. It was because of him, and I would like look him up and like see all his videos, and he'll give his story and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure because he is the Insomniac Spider-Man, so like they would give him a voice part for that for sure. What's up?
I remember there was something with the voice actor in the PlayStation 5. I think, if I remember correctly, they had to change the look of Peter Parker because his voice didn't match the original face of the PS4 version.
Correct.
That's what they
But
said.
at the same time, though, that wasn't a good decision. You know,
Yeah.
they should have asked, like, they should have did more research on the audience to see what they think about the actual model.
So yeah, so that's what they said. They said it didn't match, and then they said they redid his face to be more like his face, but that is not how he looks. Like they literally just redid his face to make him look like Tom Holland, because I'm pretty sure they probably thought that they could get more sales by making Peter Parker look like that. I'm like, no, bro. Like the other Peter Parker looked great. And it's actually the other Peter Parker looks closer to his actual face than the Tom Holland Peter Parker. So like I don't know where that came from, but I did hear that. I was like, no way, man. Like, just type in like Yuri Lofo, look at his face, and then look at the two Spider-Man's face, and you can kind of see the difference between the two.
Oh yeah, huge difference.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for that. So far it looks like Venom is the main bad guy in this, which is gonna be pretty cool. I mean, who knows? Hopefully they surprise us and have Carnage there at the end. That'll be pretty dope. But I feel like Carnage could be a game of its own, maybe Spider-Man 3 or something.
Probably Spider-Man 3. It'd probably be the ending.
Yeah, which would be great because like Carnage is one of my favorite bad guys. Like I remember a long time ago, like the first time I got introduced to Carnage was in the '90s Spider-Man TV series. I was like, oh man, this guy's so dope. Like, and then I had the Super Nintendo game Spider-Man and Venom versus Carnage. Like, such a great game. And I will always play as Venom because I've always liked Venom over Spider-Man in terms of looks. But yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for the game. How about you guys?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like, I'll be more excited when I know more details. Like, it is on my top 10 list for 2023.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's definitely gonna be like a day one just because I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I still need to beat Miles Morales. I haven't started it yet. I just beat the Spider-Man game this year, so
I
we'll
didn't
see.
really like that one for some reason. It just kind of drug on for me.
The Miles Morales one?
Miles Morales, yeah. Like it was good. It was good, but like I feel like the story kind of like drug on. I don't know.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would like Miles Morales more than Spider-Man, but that's because I'm biased and I like Miles Morales more than Spider-Man.
No, so I love Miles Morales. I just don't really like the story that they did with him.
Okay.
Oh, with the game? Okay.
Yeah, like so they did a great Miles Morales in the game, but I feel like the story is just super lackluster, and I feel like they did that on purpose. You know what I mean? For it to not overshadow Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, because the ending of the first Spider-Man, which I'm not going to spoil it, but it's pretty freaking epic. Like everything that they bring it at the ending, it's crazy.
Wrapped it up in a nice little bow.
Yeah, like it literally goes like 0 to 1,000 in like real quick, like real quick. You got to play it, dude. It's good. Like,
yeah, I got it.
You don't have to 100% it. You don't have to 100% it. Doing that take way too long. Just
play the story.
Just play the story.
I'm thinking of just getting it on.
Yeah, story should be like 25 hours, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I did all the DLC. Like,
same.
I did everything. I cleared everything, and it just took
the
me
DLC
forever.
was pretty lackluster too. I feel like it was okay, but like compared to the main story, bro, like the DLC was kind of trash. Like, when you have a good story like that good, like everything else is just gonna seem kind of boring afterwards. Because that story, like, I did not see it coming. It was great.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Oh man. Yeah, well, I'm excited for that. That's coming out fall 2023. Like, I think that's the first fall game announced. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think
David said he got platinum on it.
On Spider-Man? Oh man, yeah, David going hard. He's getting a lot of platinums.
Yo, that dude always goes hard, bro.
Yeah, I know. Like platinum. He
got platinum on a bunch of games.
Yeah,
platinum, like Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
I need to get back on the platinum.
And if you play, and if you play Warzone with him, he's a soldier, bro.
Yeah.
That dude be pulling stuff out of nowhere.
David is
bro.
platinum. Like, yeah, he's just platinum. Like, he's got platinum chains, platinum everything. Like,
car.
His car's made out of platinum. Like, he's probably made out of platinum. Like, Oh man. But yeah, I think that's our first fall game for 2023. Like, I don't think anything else has been announced for fall.
Redfall.
Was it fall? I thought
No, Redfall, the game.
Yeah.
It's rumored for fall 2023.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say because then that would be Microsoft lied because in their showcase in June, remember they said like these are games that are coming out within the next 12 months.
Yeah.
So if they push it back, because I think Starfield was also they're saying it's going to be pushed back to fall too, But if Redfall and Starfield get pushed back, that means they lied in that
That
presentation.
was like a rumor mill thing though.
Yeah,
So like it's not like
concrete.
fact. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
know.
But like it's like it's like those are 50-50. So
Yeah, no, I get you with that. I'm just saying, like, as a somebody who who like as we follow the industry, like it would be a bad move on Microsoft for that because it's like, wait, you promised us these games within 12 months, and now you're doing that, and I can see it
what games
happen
are gonna be delivered into? When did they say that? Like what month did they say that?
in June. They said it in their June showcase. Remember they had the
There
Xbox
is
showcase.
there's a 0% chance that we get Starfield, Redfall, what else was promised? Or whatever.
I think it was
In
just
the
those
Skyrim.
next
two games, just those two games.
just those two games.
Oh, and
There's a
Forza.
0% and Forza.
Yeah,
So there's a 0% chance we get that in the next 6 months. You know
I
what I
I
mean?
agree with you.
Like,
I don't think we're getting either of them, but it's like people
yeah.
are having hope, and I mean honestly, Microsoft, they're in a bad position right now where they are with gaming. Like,
Yeah, man. They did the opposite, bro. You're supposed to under promise and over deliver,
yeah,
not the other way around, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, and they're not doing
being
that. They're trying to overpromise, and they're,
right, yeah.
they're over.
They being an Xbox gamer feels bad now,
Yeah,
bro. Like it's not good.
yeah. I can't tell you. Like, Game Pass also isn't as good as it used to be, in my opinion. And I know people are like, oh well, Game Pass, you get Xbox games day one, but it's like if they don't have any games, then what are you getting day one, right? Like, and a lot of their day one games are hit and miss. Some of them are great, some of them are like, eh. So
Yeah. It's they need to start dropping games to actually make Game Pass worth it. Because right now I have like a few months left and I don't know
yeah,
if I'm gonna renew it. I
yeah.
can't even remember the last time I used my Game Pass actually.
No, I agree. I agree
Yeah.
with you. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got it so I could play Halo Reach with you guys.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I only hop on and off for the $1 a month deal to like try other games. Last time I used that $1 a month was just so I can play Banjo Kazooie on the cloud. So I'm like,
Yeah. You should try Chained Echoes, Ash. I think you'll like it.
oh really?
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a JRPG, like old school JRPG.
Oh, I love me some old school and new school.
Yeah,
You know me, man.
shout out to Mike's video. If you haven't seen it, watch that December game list. That's how I found out about that game. So definitely watch that out because he's always got some good insight on games, that I didn't even know were coming out, especially indie games because I don't follow indie games as much, but he always has good sight on what's a good indie game and stuff.
January super dry. I'm just letting you know ahead of time now.
Yeah.
I looked and there's like nothing coming out in January.
Yeah, I mean, there's what
The
Dead Space and Fire Emblem. That's really it.
Oh, Dead
That's
Space. Oh man.
yeah,
Oh
that's
man. I
about
can't wait for
it.
that. Can't wait for that remake. I hope they do it. I hope they do it well.
Yeah.
EA, please don't
Yeah.
mess that up. Don't mess that up.
If they do it good, then it's gonna put the final nail in the Callisto Protocol's coffin. Because I've heard such bad
Callisto.
things about that game, dude.
Yeah.
Like now,
Bro, don't get me
more people are
started.
coming out and like saying like how they actually feel now that like the hype wore off. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I heard the developers
So
too were like talking trash to like content creators and stuff like that. They were actually saying bad things about the game.
see, you
I'm
can't
like,
do
you-
that, dude. Because
Yeah.
you
You-
made a bad product, dude.
you made the
Like,
bad game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's
So it's like, oh man.
Because I heard that game. So the way it goes is the first half is pretty decent, and
Yeah.
the second half sucks. It's just so hard to get through. Like it's just like super super bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's supposed to be the other way around. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do that, make the first half bad, and like the second half, like, oh, it gets great.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly. Yeah, man, it kind of sucks, but I heard also like the combat itself is not that great. Like it feels clunky and everything.
yeah,
Here's
not
the
what I
thing with that,
expected.
right? People manage to get by with the combat and stuff, but the thing is, the developers don't like how they're doing the combat because legit, what they're doing is that they're doing a lot of They'll do a lot of canceling in the animations of the combat to make the combat more fun and stuff. And they actually, and the developers actually put that at the beginning of the game on the terms of agreement and stuff. I'm like, well, why would you put a terms of agreement on something that you messed up on? I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, because I heard that like if you're not finished in the end, like there's no what's it called? So like if you're in the middle of like an animation of like you killing something and a monster comes and hits you, in most games if you're in some type of like animation, not like a regular animation, but let's say like what would you call it? Like an assassin animation, right? Those special animations
Yeah,
that games have
yeah.
for doing things. So most of those animations, you're like invincible, right? So the animation can finish playing through, and then you get back to playing the game. In this game, it doesn't matter. So like you could be doing in the middle of that animation, monsters start hitting you, you'll die. But you can't stop the animation. You can't do anything. So you're just there helpless.
That's bad. That's bad game design, dude.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. Like, and I heard there's too many of those animations. Like, it
Yep.
gets boring because they
It
take
does.
forever.
Yep.
And like, did you play it, Ash?
I play a little bit of it on PC and stuff. The issue is that I played it on PC. It was the most broken thing I ever played ever
Oh,
and stuff.
the story
So
of a PC gamer.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
okay.
So because I was really looking forward to it. I played an hour and a half of the game and I went off immediately and refunded the game. So like,
Yeah.
You
Witcher,
got a
God, man.
refund?
yeah, because I believe with Steam's refund windows within 2 hours. Luckily,
Yeah.
I was like an hour and a half, so I was just like, you know what, this game is gonna be trash anyway. Refund, okay. I bought the
Yeah.
game on day one. I was hoping this game will be great, okay. Ugh.
you know what's also
Yeah,
I
I
heard
was
that's
excited
broken
for it.
too is Witcher 3 on PC. That-
Oh, yeah,
Oh man,
they-
yeah, I heard about that
the
too.
next gen
I was
update
even
broke
more
it.
sad about that, man. God,
Did they mess up the
Jeez.
update on the PC version?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
unfortunately.
I heard they're patching it though.
Yeah, they are trying to
Wow.
patch it, but it's like Cyberpunk all over again, man. It's like, come on.
Fool me once, shame on you, dude.
It's
You
so
know what I
weird
mean?
too,
Like,
is that like because a week or two before, a whole bunch of content creators were like uploading videos about it and say, "Hey, this game looks gorgeous with ray tracing. The game's not stuttering and all that stuff." And then when the actual like product actually re-releases, everything's going to crap. I'm like,
yeah,
bro,
but
come on.
those content creators probably have a rig so they can brute force everything. You know
Yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
right.
Like
That's
they probably
true.
run in a
You're definitely right, but the
4090,
thing is,
like, you
they're-
know what I mean?
The issue is there's certain content creators that even like record stuff off like the Xbox Series X and like consoles and stuff. So like
Yeah.
that's why I like sort of believe on what their take was because they're actually playing these things on consoles instead of PC.
Well, on console it's
if
not
anything.
crashing.
Yeah.
On console it's
Consoles-
not crashing.
Not crashing. Okay.
No,
Well,
it's
that's
it's
a-
just PC where it's having like the bugs.
Exactly. And yeah, that's what it is. Like consoles is just, people don't realize it's actually easier to develop for consoles than PC because PCs, you have so many different variety of equipment. Like there's not, it's really hard to optimize for PC, right? Where
Oh, yeah,
consoles
I
is
agree.
like, I have a PS5, everybody else here has a PS5. It's like we all have the same hardware. You open it up, everything's gonna be the same, so you know how to develop for console. Which is why usually console games don't have issues. But when you go to PC world, my rig is different from Fan's rig, from Mike's rig, from your rig. We all have like, Fan, what's your CPU?
I've got a 11500K.
What's your CPU, Ash?
Hey, it should be the Ryzen 7 5800X. I had it for a while.
What's
So.
yours, Mike?
5800X.
Oh, okay. So you two got the same, and then
Yeah.
I got a 5600. So it's like we all have different CPUs and then
Yeah.
GPUs, right?
Y'all on AMD. I got the Intel.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah.
Intel's coming back though. I'm proud of them. I love them.
Yeah, they're doing good.
Yeah.
If I was
Yeah.
building a computer today, I would
I'll
definitely
do
buy
Intel.
Intel.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah,
Uh,
made AMD slash their current CPU prices. I'm like, nice competition. Love it.
Yeah. I
I
thought.
kind of
Yeah.
wanted to do an all AMD build because I heard if you have an AMD CPU and an AMD GPU, the memory thing between the GPU.
It doesn't make that much of a difference. from
I mean,
all
there's
the
like
person.
they said there was a small like increase in FPS
Are you
by
referring
doing
to
by having that.
resizable bar technology? or
Yes,
Yeah,
something like
that's
that?
it.
resizable
Yeah.
bar, yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
resizable bar specifically for the AMD processors with the AMD GPUs.
Like what
It
Mike
works-
said,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a small little
Yeah.
boost, a little bit. It's
It's
not
not
like
worth
worthwhile.
building a new
It's not.
system.
Yeah.
But
So
didn't,
it's.
correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Gamers Nexus or maybe it was Hardware Unboxed did a video where with at least with the 7900 XT, XTX specifically, it did create a pretty big difference. Or am I wrong on that? Did I just make that up?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think I saw that same video you were mentioning about hardware and box.
Yeah.
It did made some big jumps against the 4080 and stuff. So I mean, there are some promise to it, I guess. Or what I meant to say is that like resizable bar when it first came out wasn't that much big of a deal and stuff
Yeah.
because the cards that were out for that technology wasn't comparable against like the 3000 series graphics cards for Nvidia.
Yeah.
But now
Well-
when the new one's coming out, it's a bit neck and neck. But the prices are still not great on the new GPUs. They need to come down a little bit further down,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Uh,
That's all.
I don't think it's what I'm saying is I don't think you get enough performance in order to justify building a new system.
Yeah, I got
Pretty
you.
Oh
much.
no,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not
yeah,
building a
like,
whole new system. I'm saying if I do build
yeah,
my next computer, I kind of want to
right,
do an
yeah,
all
yeah,
AMD
yeah.
build.
Yeah,
But I
whatever.
will say, I was dying laughing at the Gamers Nexus review for the 7900X because
Yeah,
they did a comparison of all the. I don't know if y'all watched the video.
I
They
did.
did a
Yeah.
chart for all the X's that each graphics card
Yeah,
has,
the
and they were
XTs.
like doing they were like doing a comparison,
Yeah.
and they're like the 7900 XTX has 30% more X's than the 40, the 4090 RTX. You know what I mean?
God, I love Gamers Nexus.
I
They're
like
awesome.
Gamers Nexus. Yeah, he's great. Like ever since I got introduced to him, I was like, yeah, this guy's is good. I like him. Like his bar graphs are like on point. Like they're very to the point. They're very
His
easy to read.
sarcasm's awesome too,
Yep,
bro.
exactly. And he's very like informal or not informal, informative.
Yeah.
So compared to like other people, like like Linus, for example. No offense to Linus, I'm just not a fan of, that's
He's just very basic. Like if you're just getting into computers, that's a good channel to
that's
start
definitely
with.
Linus right there.
yeah,
Yeah, like Linus and like Jay's 2 cents and stuff like
yeah.
that.
I like
Is
Jay's
like
2 cents.
it's very like easy to watch. Gamers Nexus. If you like if you're jumping into computer stuff and you go straight to him, you'll be like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, because he uses a
Like
lot of big terms that, like, if you're, like you said, if you're
I don't
brand
even.
new,
Yeah, you
yeah,
have to stuff. I'm like I don't know what that means.
yeah, me
Like you know
neither.
what I mean? Like yeah,
Well, just show me the bar graph and I'll make sense of it somehow.
yeah,
Like.
yeah.
Yeah, but like one final thing, and actually, Mike, I want you to talk about this because you actually brought this up in Discord. The Last of Us 3 is rumored to now being worked on. I remember you mentioned this before, and then you showed that a tweet. What was the tweet? Like, what did the guy say?
What do you say? He said some. So the dude, he's a movie leaker,
Yeah.
right? So that's what he's known for. But so he doesn't really leak video games, but like he was pretty much like he was antagonizing some people. He's like, "Yo, drop this information," or he's like, "I'm gonna leak something about a game." So they
Yeah,
didn't drop it, and then he's like, "All right, Last of Us 3 is being worked on," and then he like started like saying stuff.
yeah,
Um, but
Damn.
yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much the leak is like he said that Last of Us 3 is going to be their next game, and they're also working on a fantasy IP,
yeah.
which is already known for, which is already known of. You know what I mean? But I can't remember the exact tweet. But and this also goes off like after The Last of Us 2 dropped. I forgot his name, but the main like writer or whatever said he already pretty much has a script for Last of Us 3.
Oh, Neil Drunken.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
I
it's
always think that guy's name is Neil Drunk Man, but it's Drunkum or something like that. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember what exactly the tweet said though.
So, how many people here play Last of Us Part 2? Because I haven't yet.
I have not yet.
I beat it.
You beat it?
I haven't played
Yeah.
it at all yet.
So you're the only one. So at the end of Last of Us Part 2, without like spoilers, because I already saw the spoilers and I could care less. Like, there's pretty much, from what I've heard, there's really, like, I guess you would have, with Last of Us Part 3, you would have to play as a different character, right? Unless you're, what's the girl's name? Allie or something like that?
Ellie
Yeah. Not Ellie,
or
the other
no,
girl.
Abby?
Abby, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much because they don't really. So from speculation, from what I've read online, Ellie's still like the only person that's immune to it,
Yeah.
and from what I read is like pretty much you're gonna make it a Abby revenge story. You know what I mean?
Wasn't
Like
that
going
what,
after Ellie.
but wasn't that what Part
like,
2 was?
it was Ellie revenge story going after Abby.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got you. But I thought,
Oh yeah, it was.
but I thought, well, no, it's going to be spoilers, so I
because
don't want to say it.
because
Yeah.
like if I give a spoiler that's like an hour in the game, will anybody care?
No, I don't care. Like,
I don't care.
I mean, I don't care.
Okay.
I
I think I know what
watched-
happens because I did see some like
So
clips.
this
and
happens
was
legit like in the first hour or two in the game, so it's not like a huge like end game spoiler.
If you don't want to
But
hear
at-
spoilers, mute the podcast
Yeah,
for like
just
10
it
seconds.
is also it's also like a 2-year-old game, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like,
But, you know,
I
some of
haven't
them are-
played it, but go
Yeah.
ahead. I don't care.
Go right ahead.
so
man.
so pretty much, Abby kills Joel in the first hour or two of the game.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I remember.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's pretty viciously. You know what I mean? Like, she takes like a baseball bat or a golf club or something to his face like multiple times, You know what I mean? That's what pretty much starts the second game. And so they're saying the way the game ends, I can't really talk about it, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start giving out spoilers because the way the game ends, like, is kind of like weird.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I know how it
I think I
ends.
know the. I
just
think I know the ending too. It was
it,
controversial from what I remember too as
no,
well.
the controversial thing, yeah, it was kind of because it's kind of the way they end, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of why you played the game. You know
Yeah,
what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
so
so, but I think there's definitely room for more story in it, like, especially since, like, Ellie is the only person that is immune to the known person immune to the virus.
yeah.
You know, and essentially that's what the game is pretty much about. And I think that's why everyone was mad about the second part, is because they made it a revenge story. You know, I mean, because she sees Joel get killed, so she's after this Abby girl
Well,
the whole game.
I think that's part of the reason. The other part is like Joel's not in it, and like, I've heard mixed things, and some people I think they're crazy, but they were saying like they didn't like the first part because of Joel. I was like, bro, like that.
really?
I thought the best
Joel's a
part.
great character.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
thought the best part of
Yeah.
part one was because of Joel. Like, and it's not because I have a daughter, but it's like that beginning is just heartfelt. And then,
Yeah.
Ellie slowly becomes like his new daughter. And at first he starts off with like, oh, you're the package, right? Like that's all you were. You were just a package. And now it's like,
Yeah.
you start going through and he starts getting feelings for her, starts
Well-
treating, her
well-
more like a daughter and stuff like that.
Well, the ending of the first one, where he pretty much, like, makes the most selfish act any human can make. You know,
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to be lonely, so I'm gonna say F
Yeah.
you to the world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Well,
and
it's
live
like
with
that,
this
like,
person.
but he knows like
Like,
what they're gonna do to her, right? They were gonna
Yeah.
do all these experiments on her and stuff like that, and he's
but
like,
to save
"No,
the
man."
world, to save humanity. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, the greater good. Sometimes the greater good requires. Sorry, my cat's showing your butthole.
That's-
But like,
yeah,
the greater good, you know what I mean, is like to save humanity.
yeah,
You know, so sometimes you got to make sacrifices for that.
yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, like I mean, I like Joe as a character. Like that whole going through was great.
Actually,
Yeah.
David and me were talking about it. They should do a prequel that takes place whereas you play Joel right after the outbreak happens.
That's true
Because
because you
Last of Us 1 takes place 20 years after, like, the first part of the first game happens,
Yeah.
like after the daughter dies. So
yeah, that would be actually pretty cool because there's a lot of story in between there. Yeah, man, that opening was crazy. I remember the first time I played it, and that opening, I was like, oh man, I was like, I know this game's gonna be amazing. Like the minute you just see that opening, you're like, yeah, this game's gonna be amazing.
bro, that game, I was hooked on that game.
Me
Like, it
too.
was really good. I'm probably gonna buy it on PC like an idiot and play it, and then
Well-
everyone can watch me crash every 10 minutes. So
it's funny, like I didn't get it I didn't get Last of Us Part 1 on PS5 because I was waiting for the PC port because then I could play on both Steam Deck and PC. So I'm excited for that.
I wonder if you'll be able to play it on Steam Deck because isn't there a PlayStation launcher?
No, not yet. There's
No?
it's rumored for a PlayStation launcher to be coming out.
And I won't be
Okay.
surprised.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone has the launcher.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
I've
gonna
always
need a
said it.
launcher to launch your launcher.
I've always said, yeah, right. Yeah, you need a launcher. You gotta launch the Windows. Yeah, launch
Yeah.
the Windows.
Dude, but
The only one who won't have a launcher is Nintendo because they're behind.
right. And then they'll release one in 15 years.
Yeah,
Introducing Nintendo Launcher.
Nintendo. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, like I mean, yeah, I think Steam Deck would be fine. I mean, like, you might get like 10 minutes of battery life or something, but yeah, it'll work.
10 minutes of battery
Yeah,
life.
because I think
If you're lucky.
Spider-Man, I think people are getting like an hour of battery life for it, maybe less.
Oh, rip.
Yeah.
Sheesh, man. Okay.
But apparently it still plays great. Like you can play it at 30 FPS and stuff like that. But
As
you
long
get,
as you
like,
got
an hour of battery
the
life.
thing plugged in from the wall, then you're good. So I mean,
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, going back to that, I'm playing Crisis Core, right? And Crisis Core makes the Steam Deck work harder than Final Fantasy VII Remake did. And Final Fantasy
Really?
VII Remake looks a lot better. And
It's all about optimization, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely optimization at that point.
Because like Final Fantasy Remake, I could get about, what was it, like 2 hours or something like that. With Crisis Core, I guess I get about 2 hours, but it definitely runs hotter than Crisis Core does. I mean, Crisis Core definitely runs hotter than 7 Remake. Excuse me. Yeah.
I wonder, yeah. Yeah, I guess all the PlayStation games work on Steam Deck. I
Yeah,
never thought about that. I am gonna buy it just to play it on Steam Deck.
it's the new
Like,
PSP, man. New PSP.
dude,
New
dude,
PSP.
that's the first thing when a game comes out. I'm like, is it gonna work on Steam Deck? I
Yep,
wonder. You know what I mean? Like,
me too. Like
even now, Tactics Ogre is $35 on the Switch, and I'm
yeah,
like, I kind of just want it on the Steam Deck, dude.
yeah. I was
Like,
gonna get it on Switch, but man, or yeah, I was gonna get it on Switch, but I'm with you. I kind of want it on the Steam Deck too, because I use that. Like it's funny. My wife was mentioning the other day. She's like, "Man, you really love that thing." And I'm like, "Why?" It's like, "Cause you always have it in your hand every time I see you." I was like, "Oh, well, you know." I'm
Just
like,
glued to your hand.
I waited a whole year for this. I pre-ordered and everything like that, and
but it's really revolutionary, bro. You
it
can
is.
literally play any game you want on the
Yeah.
go. And you don't have to like set up, like play it on a TV or a computer. You can just pick it up, play for 15 minutes, turn it off and like go about your day.
Yep.
Like,
I agree. It's to me, I think Sony has dropped the ball for getting out of the handheld market because the Steam Deck is what a portable PlayStation should have been. Like
right.
literally, when you think about it in sense, the Steam Deck is a portable PlayStation 4 because it plays almost at the same settings as the PS4.
And Microsoft missed that opportunity because they said they would
Yeah.
never get into
Handheld.
it. And I'm like, yeah, they could have.
I,
I feel like a Microsoft handheld would have sold very well
Yeah.
before the Steam Deck came out.
So
Like,
hot take. When it comes to portable gaming, a lot of people say like it's not big in the US, right? But I think it's because the right machine was never available. And I think if like PlayStation had ever came out with a stronger portable, say like a PS4 portable, they would like portables would be a lot more what's the right word, more popular, right? And the Steam
well,
Deck has
yeah.
showed that because the Steam Deck, a lot of people are buying the Steam Deck, console players and PC gamers alike.
Well, so I think what it was is like Nintendo and PlayStation had very niche genres on their handhelds. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like with the Steam Deck, you can play whatever you own. But with those, there was a lot of like JRPGs and
Hold on
like
1 second.
games that like people don't normally play.
Yeah, and the Vita kind of had that. What was it? That gimmick with the touchscreen on the back that they tried to implement that didn't work very well,
Yeah,
and no developer like used it in their games except for maybe Tomb
first
Raider
party
and
titles or
Uncharted.
whatever.
Yeah,
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 because they
even
had to, they were
yeah,
though,
forced to.
yeah.
even though the Vita didn't sell well, I feel like it was mostly part of Sony's fault for not trying to even sell the console in the first
Yeah, I don't
place.
think they marketed it. That's the problem.
I
They didn't
think
put they,
It's
they didn't put too much into
the
marketing
same
it
goes for the
either.
And
PlayStation
Yeah,
TV. You wouldn't think with the
yeah.
PlayStation TV you can play Vita games on it because they call it a PlayStation TV. It's just Sony
yeah,
just at that time was just
I think it's
smooth brain.
Well,
That's what it
I
was.
mean, they have like, what was it GPD Win, the company that make those like handhelds. They're making a new handheld that looks very much like a Vita.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you have a
I,
lot. You have like Ioneo, you have the Ioneo Air, the
Yeah.
Ion Loki coming out. Like missed opportunity. Like I honestly think this is where PC gaming will dominate because it's perfect. Like you remember back in the days, I don't know if you remember, but like everybody used to make fun of like Kojima had made the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, and between was it Vita? Yeah, between Vita and PS3, they added the feature called transferring. Instead of transferring, it's transferring with an A. And you could basically move over your save data from the Vita version of the Metal Gear Solid HD collection to the PS3, right? Yeah, it was available on PS3, so yeah, you can move it back and forth.
Damn, that's dope.
And it's like that's where it should have been. Like Sony had the concept. Like you got to think everything they've done, they had it before everybody else, but they never executed it properly. Remote play, they've had it there. And cloud gaming came there. Like cloud gaming, they were like one of the first people outside of like online and stuff like that. They bought Gaikai for cloud gaming, and they just let it sit there to rot. And then Xbox is now, champion that. It's like, come on, like they position portable consoles as a lesser version of their current consoles, but they never really delivered on those promises. And then Steam, Valve shows up with the Steam Deck, and it's like, hey, here you go. It's a portable PC. You can play PC games.
I think the problem with the older handhelds too is like I said, like they weren't marketing the right games or making the right games.
Yeah.
It was a very like niche market like for those games.
Yeah, I mean some of them, like 'cause Sony did, like PSP did good, Vita, on the other hand, they had like nothing.
I don't know how, because Vita is technically the more powerful, definitely more powerful hardware than the PSP. So it's just like I said, Sony really messed up on the Vita a lot, because the Vita already had good enough hardware to run like a good amount of games.
Well, I
They
think
just
Yeah,
didn't
ran
want to bother to mess
Borderlands
with it.
2.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 was on there. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What else? There's some other games that were on there. I can't remember.
But I just think they weren't dropping the right games on it,
I
because it
agree.
was very like niche games like on it. Like you had big games
definitely.
like Borderlands and like Uncharted and stuff like that, but that was few and far in between.
Yep, I agree. Like Uncharted was a launch title, amazing, and then what was after that? Like it took like 3 years for Borderlands to come out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
all the Assassin's Creed what's it called, Liberation, and I bought it and it was okay. It was pretty fun. That's actually the Vita I have, the Assassin's Creed Liberation version. But what was that? But anyways, yeah, Assassin's Creed Liberation and everything. But yeah, I agree with Mike. Like they weren't coming out the right games, because like that 3DS was lesser hardware, but they had amazing games.
Oh man, that was the best library I've ever seen. Jesus.
Yeah, 3DS was amazing. Like
it was too amazing.
Yeah, Mario Kart, Mario 3D Land, Mario and Luigi, Mario, and Mario. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, Fire Emblem.
Rip.
Hey, Fire Emblem.
And Fire Emblem.
All Sony had to do was release a Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics HD or something like that on the Vita, and they probably would have sold more. That's all I had to do.
This
I don't know
comment,
what
bro.
we're thinking at that
This
time.
comment,
Yeah.
Read the comments,
Sony.
bro.
Yeah, here you go. What is it? Oh my goodness, what the heck? Hey, David, if you're still here, can you oh my goodness, man.
I love the men's cams. It is a perfect evolution of beard growth.
Anyways, yeah. So without further ado, we're at the end of this. Let's continue with video games 20 questions. Let the questions begin.
Did the game come out before 2000?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta find my pen here.
So we know it's before 2000.
Does the game fall under the JRPG category?
No.
No, not this time. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, he likes to change it up.
Yeah, I know.
Before, did the game come out before 95?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, old school.
Going back.
Around then, 95. Would that be before N64?
Yeah, it should be, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it should be.
95, yeah. 95
Okay.
around the time the Nintendo 64 came out. What
But the Dreamcast had come out around that time.
we can
Yeah, which 3D console came out first? Was it the Dreamcast or the 64? I forgot.
the Dreamcast came out around the same, a little after the Nintendo 64.
Got it. Okay.
I think the Dreamcast came out like 97 or 98 or something.
Okay.
Because the PS2 came out shortly after. And the PS2 came out, I believe, in 99.
Okay.
So
then
basically narrow
probably
down
going to be PlayStation 1
probably
or
Super Nintendo,
or Super
PlayStation 1.
Nintendo, possibly Sega Genesis or
So you can do it. Is it on a Nintendo console?
Are you asking that question or you're discussing?
yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's on a Nintendo console in that time frame, it's probably
So it's either SNES,
well,
NES, or Game
Yeah.
Boy.
or when the Nintendo 64 came out, 95 or 96?
I'm pretty sure it's after 95. I'm pretty sure it's
can't
after
check?
95. Yeah, we can't check.
Oh, we can't? Oh, my
No,
bad.
Yeah.
we can use the
Oh.
chat to help, but we can't.
Yep.
Oh, my
Google
bad. My
stuff.
bad.
Yeah.
Anybody
yeah.
in
Okay,
Twitch,
okay.
or
yeah.
YouTube,
But
if they
hold
give
on,
you like a hint, you can do that.
2003. Hold on. I'm remember when I graduated because I got an N64 in middle school. So I'm just trying to remember the year. So hold on one second.
It hurts, doesn't it? How
Yeah,
far back you have to think.
I know, I know. Okay, yeah. It did not come up in 95. I'm pretty sure, because when I was in middle school, it was after 95, and I got it in middle school. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or Game Boy. What year did the Game Boy Color come out?
Oh, definitely way later. This
Was it later than 90? Yeah, it had to be. You're right.
Yeah, it has to
definitely
be.
way later.
We can ask if it's a handheld to knock that out of the.
Would he count the Virtual Boy as a handheld? Would be the question.
That's a good question.
Would he use a Virtual Boy game though? Because that's a very niche console. He said he.
That is an extremely niche console.
Yeah.
They had like a handful of games.
One of the first VRs. Technically, that's funny.
Oh yeah, David said 96.
Okay.
When the Nintendo 64 came out. So the big question is, I think we should narrow down if it's what console it's on.
Okay. So do you just want to work our way backwards to oldest from like SNES
so
and
we
back?
can ask if it's on a handheld Nintendo console, and then we can, if it's a no, then we can ask if it's on like the NES or Super Nintendo.
Okay.
So is it on a handheld Nintendo console?
Yes.
Okay, boom. So it's on a Game Boy.
It's on a Game Boy.
It's Pokemon.
Yeah, but there's like red, blue, yellow, maybe green.
I think it might be that because of
because Ash is
leaving Pokemon.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Ash? Destroy him? About your counterpart, Ash Ketchum?
Here's the problem with that answer, right? I asked earlier if it was a JRPG. He said no. I'm pretty sure Pokemon counts as a JRPG in that sense, since it was made by Japanese people and the whole concept is role playing, like, you know.
It's true. Yeah.
But would it be a JRPG or RPG?
JRPG. It has to be.
Do we want to waste a question and ask if it's part of the Pokemon series?
Okay, so if it's on a handheld for original Game Boy, I feel like it's that would be one of the biggest games for it.
But there's been quite a bit games on the Game Boy. I mean, they even made Metal Gear on the Game Boy.
Did they?
Yeah, there's a Metal Gear game on the Game Boy.
Interesting.
I don't know which version, but I'm sure I remember there was one.
So let's just leave Pokemon for now if we can't get it. What kind of genres is on the Game Boy?
I mean,
I know I had a Tarzan game.
You've got Link's Awakening. You got Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Zelda games.
Color.
Well, Link's Awakening is part of the original. That was on the green.
Yeah. No, I'm saying
yeah,
the
but the
seasons
Oracles,
and
seasons color.
You can is it part of the Zelda series?
No.
No.
Okay.
How many questions we have left?
You have
should be 6, right?
13 questions and a guess.
Okay.
Oh, we got it now.
Yeah, WarioWare was also on the Game Boy.
Is it? We can ask if it's a Nintendo first party title. Because
I mean, pretty much anything at that time was first party title. They didn't have a lot of third party.
Yeah.
IP stuff.
Wait a minute.
Is it a Pokemon game?
No.
Gotta get it out there.
Okay.
We have 12 questions left.
I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know there wasn't any like good amount of third party games on there, but I'm thinking about Castlevania. Was Castlevania even on the Game Boy, if anything?
I would not be surprised if it wasn't, or if it was.
Ask if it's in the Castlevania series.
Is it part of the Castlevania series by any chance?
No.
Of course not.
Trying to remember. I know they've done a lot. Like they've had Wario. They've had Kirby.
Oh man, Warrior Land, man, I missed
Yeah.
that.
I remember that.
Oh, maybe we're thinking too hard. Maybe it's just like a Mario game.
Oh god, maybe it's that one particular
Super
Mario game.
Land. Yeah.
Yeah, what if it's the yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Is
You
it
can ask-
part of the Mario franchise
No.
universe? No, okay.
Rip.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
so it's
okay,
not-
okay. Wait.
Oh, Fan got something? Fan, you got something?
Tetris.
Tetris. Ah. Should we ask if it's a puzzle game? So we can't ask if it's Tetris.
Yeah, because
But
that's asking if it's a game, but yeah, we could ask if it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Then it
Is
would.
it a puzzle game?
Yes.
We can risk it all and take a guess, bro. Like,
Okay.
we can risk it all. I'm down, bro. I'm a gambling man.
Yeah, Mike.
Hey,
you got
man,
this,
I'm
Mike.
with you, man.
I was immediately thought I
Yeah.
was gonna think of this one particular game, but he just said it's not part of the Mario series, so I'm all tapped
Yeah.
out.
Is it? Y'all want to take the guess?
Yeah, we can take a guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? All right. Is the game Tetris?
Yes, it is. It is Tetris.
Wow.
man.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Yes, Tetris released in 1984, June 6, 1984. It was
Holy
published by
Crap,
Nintendo.
dude.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
The Game Boy was out in 1984.
Yep, it was. Yeah, Game Boy.
Yeah, that
originally
the
released in
it was the huge honking giant thing with like the
It was out
4
in
batteries with the green screen.
1984? That's
Yep.
crazy.
So the Game Boy
dude.
originally, remember, yeah, it was the big thing, and then they re-released the Game Boy as the Game Boy Pocket, which was a lot thinner, and then the Game Boy
Oh,
Color
yeah.
came after that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have said, it was part of the Mario series, I would have guessed Dr. Mario right off the bat
Yeah.
because it works similar to like Tetris and stuff, you know.
So, and full disclosure, yeah, Pokemon is a JRPG. So,
Yep.
Okay.
See?
All right, okay.
I would consider that a JRPG. But yeah, there was a Metal Gear Solid game on Game Boy. That was something
Told
of
ya.
Babel, and and there were three Castlevania games on Game Boy as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sheesh. I was going all over the place, man. But it was just a much more simpler game you were trying to have us guess,
Yeah.
man. It's ridiculous.
Nice. And yeah, to be fair, I would never choose a Virtual Boy game, but there are other consoles out there that I would choose. So
I mean,
you
what,
know,
the Commodore or something like that,
if
or
you want to do
the
your homework,
Atari,
just gotta say,
Turbo Graphics,
if you want to do your homework,
Sega CD.
yeah. But yeah. Anyways, nice job, guys. I guess I've only
Watch.
stopped you once.
One of
So-
these days, he's gonna pull out the Zelda CDI series, like I don't know, and we're not gonna ever guess it.
CDI.
Nah,
Oh no.
I feel like we'll get that really quick, dude.
No, I got some other games on there. I made it a little bit easier, but we'll see. We'll start going to the difficulty levels. We'll go back to like medieval times, some games there.
Medieval times.
I never said. Well, I guess it is video game 20 questions, so I can't choose regular games or anything like that. But
brings up Pong.
yeah, hey, it's a video game. I could bring
It
that-
definitely is
I could bring
a
up
video
Pong.
game.
Yeah.
I could do that, but yeah.
Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man
Yeah,
brings out the old arcade like Galaga and whatnot.
I will.
Oh,
I will stop
Galaga.
you. Yeah, it's funny. Tetris. I actually switched it to Tetris at the last minute. There was another game, but I think it would have been too hard for you guys.
What game is that?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you. 'Cause if
I mean,
choose it-
if you already,
It's so we can use it for later.
Hard, then
yeah,
that's
exactly.
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just right now.
Dang.
This is
Yeah.
the stepping stone stage. I'm trying to test you guys, see what your knowledge is at before I get into the heavier, harder games. Because I want to stump you right away and like, well, I've never heard of that game. But we'll see. We'll see how you get.
We'll see.
But
Just gonna
yeah,
memorize the game release list.
FTW.
yeah. You're gonna start doing make a song out of all the games that released in what year,
Yeah.
But yeah, nice job. Just to remind everybody, next week the podcast will be on a Friday, since next Sunday is Christmas Day, so we'll be having a special podcast on
Well,
Friday.
Maybe this week, yeah.
Well, this week, yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
This week, so yeah, we won't have a podcast on Sunday but Friday, and then the following week, the same thing. We'll have podcasts on Friday. because New Year's Day is the following day as well. And yeah, and it's starting next year. Yeah, we have a bunch of surprises coming in forward, so definitely check out our YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe over there because we will have a bunch of videos to show. Just to give you a little bit of insight or a little bit of preview, we are planning to tour some video game spots. And I'm not talking about like GameStop, right, or anything like that. I'm talking about some real gaming locations. So we are planning to have some cool content over there. We've been discussing it behind the scenes, so just get ready to see those videos on YouTube where we take a tour of some local video game shops, in our area. And yeah, we're trying to do a couple of other stuff. Excuse me, trying to do a couple of other stuff. Have some great content for you on there. And yeah, and we're hoping for a special guest that we'll have in January. About 2 special guests. We'll see where we're at on there. But yeah, we'll continue getting these random encounters in here. Ash, where can they find you?
They can find me at youtube.com. Ash Destroyum. I did look up myself the other day because a person asked where they can find me. Make sure you actually put a comma like between like destroy and that's where I pop up and stuff, or I would put a link somewhere if that helps better. But yeah, I'm actually going to be uploading videos soon, trying to catch up with y'all. And yeah, that's really about it. I'm really trying to get back in the groove of things. So
yeah, awesome, man. And like always, we appreciate you being the 4th pillar in this podcast.
No problem.
Definitely. Fan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and YouTube at Phaneckswhy. And I'm gonna try and start trying to do TikTok, so we'll see how that goes. So you can find me there at the same thing, Phaneckswhy.
Awesome. And Mike, where can they find you?
You know where I'd be. I'd be right here. Same chair, same lighting.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. And then me, of course, you can find me here at the Random Encounter Podcast on Twitch and the Random Encounter on YouTube. Don't forget to check Mike's December list video where he goes over all the games that came out this month, and all the games that are coming out this month. I also did drop a top 10 games to look out for in 2023. Definitely watch that video because 2023 is looking super hot with a bunch of stuff. I am, of course, the blue version of that list where Mike will have his red version list up. I should have that up by tomorrow, actually. So it should be up tomorrow so you can see his video. Definitely a lot of cool takes. Our lists are totally different, so don't be scared to think that we're going to have the same list. I was actually surprised. I thought we were going to be on par, but nope. There's definitely a lot of differences between our lists. And actually, he reminded me of a game that I forgot was coming out. That's supposed to come out next year. So yeah, don't forget to check out those videos on YouTube. Thank you, Fan. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Mike. I guess thank myself, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Take a bow.
Yeah. We really do appreciate your support, all the love you've given us. We had a lot of viewers turn out on both YouTube and Twitch. We really appreciate everybody showing up. Man, this is actually, I think, the most in total that we've had. We've had a steady, 17?
Consistently.
Yeah. I appreciate everybody showing up. And, the ones who wrote, appreciate that as well. My name is James from the Random Encounter, and we'll see you next time.